that you got now, but never underestimate any of the teams in the lobby. What you can overestimate, though, is the joy that people will have from this plane, because there's not going to be a whole lot of it. Very few teams will be very satisfied, but the majority of them probably won't.
Your memory is spot on. 8 teams have had over double-digit kill games.
No
That's
notes.
what I was just doing. I was on my notes, just adding it all up quickly for you. And yes, you are spot on with it. And yep, this is a little bit more of a better plane, at least for the teams, especially on this western side. Erangel can just go straight down to Primorsk, and maybe things will work out slightly better for them this time. They certainly are going to have to hope so.
For teams that want to go far north, though, what are they opting to do here? If you want to go all the way to S9, if you want to go all the way up towards Severny, somewhere east coast too, there's going to be fights for vehicles, that's for sure. Rita, they're jumping out up there. Okay, makes sense. They're going to fly a little further north. Hopefully they won't run into Desperado. Nope, seems like they're going down here. Not an issue after all. Thought it was going to be more of a trouble, some situation, but ain't going to happen. But the one thing that is going to change up, I guess the only thing early on here is that 7, they say, again, we know they do this, so no big surprise, but they say, well, this time around it's a Western plane. Gatka's ours.
That's where they cause a little bit of a nuisance for Besiktas. They have that bit where it's like, oh, we've now got a shared ground, and we've gone for a circle that has all the potential that it could go military. Northern Lights and Unity once again going to be rather happy with this one, but it cuts off so much of this map. This is where it gets very difficult for anyone up in the north and anyone over towards kind of the northern west and east sides.
Next circle has to go really far north, right? Just because we've had so far western circle, so far eastern circle, now we get military potentially, and then the next one could go to Severny. Just to have like all the corners, so compass would be completed,
all
you know?
Around. All the circles.
The complete day of PUBG. That's what we want to have.
Silenzo, okay.
Yeah, that's what happens when you land next to one another, try to go for the same vehicle, and Silenzo got himself a weapon early on, and that is an M16 close range kill you don't see very often.
Puts the gun to his head and says, you let me have the vehicle, I'll let you walk away. You're not going to let me have it? Okay, I'm going to have to kill you.
Yeah, that's just how it is. Not a whole lot more to it than that. So that's the second game in a row. We see teams landing on top of each other and sort of getting kills because of it. We saw Calvin go down early last game. Fortunately for him, he's alive this time around. But this time around, it's going to be one of the guys from Seek Orc forced out early on. And that's unfortunate because they, as you said, they had such a good thing going at one point in the in group stages, but they just have not been able to kind of find their flow in this lobby.
Yeah, it's got a little bit crazy for them in the playoff stages here. They've had one of the rough rides where it's been not like... Remember Sunzi, when we were looking at him as an individual player, he was the man who was leading the charge, doing all the damage for his team, looking very strong individually, and they were able to just... It wasn't so much their rotations were like perfect or anything really good, but it was just they were able to win a lot of these duels. This time around, they are getting picked apart too early, and they don't seem to have an answer to it.
So tricky when you have had something working for such a long time and you've been practicing that, practicing, and then all of a sudden it just does not work at all anymore. And you have to figure, are we just going to throw away everything we've done as far as practice, or can we somehow work with what we've done and just do small corrections here and there? That's where practice comes into play.
Oh, yes, that's it, right? And there's only so much practice they're able to do in between each day and each set of games, and this is where the real testing of teams and what they can put to work and what they can adjust to comes into it all.
Tornado Energy as well. I mean, I put them as one of the teams that I thought was going to go out blazing in this one. They had a really good finish off to the group stages, and they just as well have not really been able to put off a good performance. Sure, they got themselves a 5th place last game, but it was one of those... They were one of the teams that had the circle. No one was really ever contesting them. And they lost Kamka early on. Mailman, that was early on, sort of on a blunder where he went out in a very contested area, just running around in the open. And it's just, I mean, it's as if they have had a rough time really getting things together as well. Hope for them they will. Wouldn't want to have to subscribe to anyone I don't like, but I mean, that's just the way it is sometimes, right? We can say it because the Future Cast was released yesterday, so makes sense.
Yep, I'm aware it was released. I'm fine. I'm enjoying this one.
Oh, you are? Are you sure about that? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
In comparison to your pick, definitely.
Yeah, they are.
I went for Zen, you went for Tornado, so for me it's still looking pretty good, despite what's been happening with Zen.
I mean, yeah, we're still both on the right side of the leaderboard, which of course isn't optimal, but we'll get up there. We'll get up there. Tornado Energy, not biased, by the way. It's just for funs and giggles. Calvin, first player to make his way on over towards the military side of things. Mailman is by the bridge area, and now sucked it down. They're driving down towards the western bridge, and I'm starting to wonder, because we've seen them just commit to it before where they've been allowed to go because Unique went early. But this time around, seems like Unique, they're just sitting here and waiting.
Yeah, Unique feel there's no direct need for them to move. Let's see what teams will come our way. And obviously, we're not sure just yet. We've still got a fair few minutes to go to understand what's going to happen with this circle and where it's going to shift towards.
You can see Ubik has a role. It's just to be the guy who waits. He just waits until Mr. Boss, he says, 3, 2, 1, shoot! He is the surprise element of the team here, that's for sure.
I am the one that waits. You cross the bridge, and you are mine.
He's the final
stage
boss.
Tizer isn't going to be happy with this one.
I know he's not. Oh, yes,
there we go.
That's fortunate. Look at this. Here's the people coming up towards him. Standing wants to throw the nade on over. Might be able to get down Ivory as well. Down to 34. Make that down 34 damage on HP. Taking a nade right on the money, though, over the wall. Good throw by him. And Nam, well, they're under pressure. Drainus is coming from the side now to join the fight as well.
Nice damage being done by Drainus as well, and with more nades coming out, Ivor has to just kind of crawl himself away, but his other teammates can't bring him back up. Drainus takes some damage. That nade from Drainus is absolutely vital, though. It's all on Vazku, and Zen already under pressure. This is not what they would have wanted, and Yubica's rolling up saying it's time to put him down.
Wait, so you want me to move from this position? Okay, I'll come over and I'll start helping Phantom. Killed himself with a vehicle. Feels bad, man, but stuff happens. Oh, it's on a boat. He probably got exploded. That's, yeah, happens. Unfortunate. But dead he is, that's for sure.
That's one we can somewhat allow, but Ivor's been brought back up. Vazku is going to struggle to bring the other two up because look at the positions that Unique have. Vazku's going to have to hit some mean shots. But Drainus, does he not have any first aid? Or now he's finally doing it. He was taking his time. He'd been low on health for quite some time and still managed to get himself into a good spot. So now all of Unique are ready to continue to push up. The nades are coming out towards him, but Vazku eats one himself. He can't stay up much longer. Ivor's there being sprayed down, and Zen, surely they can't come away with this.
This one is going to be hard. 3 versus 1. Ivor, you have to do some damage, and he starts off real good. He starts off good. Still 3 more players to be dealt with. Make that 2 actually. Not gonna be focusing on any reses coming in, and Drainus gets himself 3 of these right here. So Vietnam going down, and all of a sudden, James, things aren't looking as safe as you thought they were.
No, I'm still cool. I'm not worried. It's only you that needs to worry, Toby.
I don't need to worry. The guys in yellow, they're killing stuff soon. I know. I hope.
And wrong. And
X team.
There you go.
What are you doing? That wasn't the part of the plan.
So you do realize when I say these things, nothing bad happens. When you say these things, you jinx the whole thing. The circles, the players, and Desperados are going long range, looking to just, that's the smallest gap.
Guys.
Look at them go.
Okay, so for those of you who are confused by what we're talking about right now, alongside all these weeks of games we have had, James and I have had the pleasure of doing the Future Cast. They are on YouTube. You can find them on the PEL YouTube channel. And with every week, we have had the pleasure of having to guess which of 2 teams we decide gets the better position in the weeks of games. So for us, it's pretty much who gets the better position in the finals. And James went with Vietnam, and I went with Tornado Energy. And clearly, neither of them are doing as well as we've seen them do before. But we are hoping to, hopefully, have Tornado Energy win, because that was my pick.
Now, Avangar already gone all the way across on the boat towards military. They're going to be relatively uncontested as of now. Azrin's going to try and climb up the rocks and then slide back down. He's like, God damn it. Okay, I don't mind sitting in the circle for too long. It's not the end of the world. But this is quite a little bit of a tricky jump to make. They're slippery. Yeah. The waves have been crashing up against it, and I'm just sliding everywhere. And we're going back towards military, at least for now. Yeah. This is going to be very interesting to see what can be played out from here. Tornado have kind of put themselves on the bridge, but they've got Desperados shooting at them at the same time from both angles. You've got Unity close by as well. And in Northern Lights, they're going to be sat there going, there's a reason we kept going military. It's because all the circles seem to love military at least once throughout the stages.
And 3D Max are going, wait, where are our boats? There were supposed to be boats down here, and they ain't getting none of them.
If you rolled up late to the party, you cannot expect them to happen, especially when you get a circle as far south as this.
It's funny how Stella, they tend to do this every time, right? They never cross. Stella always stays north for pretty much as long as they can. It has given them a lot of trouble in getting killed on the bridge and something close to it, but they never cross. I mean, of course they can't do it right now because there's so many teams around, but they just always stay north for the longest time of any one team.
Now, Unique are going to be the gatekeepers across the bridge, at least for now, but they've got 7 not far behind them as well. Desperado still looking to play the long-range game, scouting around and seeing, okay, what are some of these other teams and players doing here? Where are they going to position themselves? And this is where Fate can make a decision on how he wants to play this out, because he can tap away, do some extra damage, and have a good idea of where these teams and players are going. As Yubica's been found, he's going to go down straight away, and there's going to be no reply coming out from his teammates just yet.
They were not ready for that at all. And 7 having crossed over early on, they said, you know what, guys, you can come all you want. We'll be ready for you, and we'll take you down. And Yubica will be the first guy to go down for his team.
Casual swim from We Need a Home. No boats for them, but they'll try and make it across. Luckily, not being shot up just yet. Making their way through the blue at the moment. It's inside games. A boat full, which is always scary, but they're taking the wide way round, and hopefully they won't be spotted out by anyone just yet. Rest probably got themselves in the water as well. Quickmath not far behind them, but they should be able to get away without too much of a problem. The problem there is going to be, though, is for Quickmath when they say, well, wait a second, now we're going to have to cross the bridge. Yeah. This is dangerous. This is scary. And It's not what anyone wants to do, ideally, because look at Desperados. They're going to be the lockdown team on, well, we're just scoping up into it.
Well, honestly, if you're coming down this late, if you see a military circle, phase 2 that is, 11.5 minutes in, and you expect to be able to get boats, then you might want to sort of re-strategize by 6-7 minutes-ish.
Dreaming. Unique, though. Drainey's found himself the knock on to Kravik, so he's able to reply eventually, obviously with 7 managing to take down Ubica a little bit earlier on. 3D Max have stuck their way across and in. The Besiktas are working their way up behind Avangar. There is so much of this like late plays coming in, but teams, I just want to make sure that they are aware that this is going on, right? Because they are so focused on the actual military base for now, there's a lot of chances for third parties to come in.
Like the nose really style points for Frank Cario. He knew who was being watched. Like, doing the 180 right there. Good performance, good stunts coming out from him. A solid 6 out of 10, I would say. On the style points charts.
We'll make an Evil Knievel out of him yet.
So Avangar went out really early last game off of a really good game previous to that. Now they have a good spot in what is the circle right now. Of course, now we'll know if they're going to be inside the next one. They are not, but they have a chance to make a quick rotation because they're already in the vehicles and they can start moving in. This one, though, interesting circle. Half military base, half north. Teams will be forced to commit in because there's not enough room on the northern side, and then once they have to leave, it's just going to be chaos.
Barlos taking some serious damage from behind that rock. Drainey's looking to just hold him on for a little bit longer as he can spot them all out on the beach. Needs to be careful, though.
They do not have the best spot. They wanted to cross over the vehicles, but they knew that Unique was sitting on the other side waiting and playing with me. He tried, but no shots. I mean, not enough shots, I guess you can say, were connected there. Unfortunately for him, goes down, and it's going to be a long run for a rest.
Yeah, he had some seriously spread out damage, right? He hit all of them just a little bit, but couldn't do one of them enough to take him down. So that keeps their numbers alive, and his teammates now coming into it. But Elderwise, he's there ready and waiting. Unique now eliminated. Good firefight coming in, and 7 are still hungry for more.
Not going to be easy for them. Completely pinned down 7. They've seen it. They want to get more of it. They had a good position in the last game as well, and now they want to see if they can make it 2 for 2.
Despite there being smoked down, despite the fact the Seacork have got the res out, this is going to be oh so hard to come out fighting in the open against a team that are playing long range here.
Yeah, and the reason they can do this is that they have already scouted and checked behind them inside the circle, that they don't really have to worry about anyone pushing underneath them at all. For Cast though, Jambaway as well, they're miles out in the blue, alongside Pelsis, Jupesic, and Insolent, so Ocho Yuho that is. And, well, they got to figure, how are we going to do this?
Azarin finding the knock onto Ultra from Besiktas. Plus the travel onto Barlos. It's knocked all around, and now the kills come in. 2 players left alive for Seacork. Tomil giving some damage onto the team on 3D Max, and there was about 4 or 5 different fights going off here. And Stella, still, like you said, not in the circle, but still trying to fight off Quickmath.
They have spent so much time out here already. They committed. They said, you know, we ain't going to go in first. We'll wait till later. Now they're getting some kill points off of it. But is it going to be enough? Insolenzo is already on the bridge, and Pelsic actually goes down. Good nade there, but they don't know that Insolenzo has already made his way all the way over. So are they going to make a full-on committed push to this one or not? Because next circle connecting is going to be more damage done to them.
Quick Math's plan here was to get the Encelenso cam on board for us again.
That's what it was. That's clearly the only thing working, right?
Exactly. So it's like when they're dying, he's like, all right, Encelenso, you just go forward. We know they like to see you on camera again. You can have that little bit of space, mate. It's time for you to look cool.
We have the hidden card in the sleeve, and we shall now activate the Encelenso cam. That's what's happening. 46 alive, guys. 46 alive. Where will Encelenso finish? Let us get some bets in the chat. How far will Encelenso get this game?
And it is actually a serious bet at this point because he is a man that can stay alive. He's a man that can do some damage no matter what, as is Maxasaurus. He's trying to tap away and make these shots connect. He's waiting for teams to make a mistake. And Simsy, don't stand in the open for too long. Maxasaurus on the hunt.
Got in the foot was the only thing that connected there. Sunsi got out of that one alive somehow, despite the fact that Seagork was under a lot of pressure from 7. Actually managed to get out alive. Mallman down to the circle, unfortunate. No rest going to be coming in here either. Tried to make his way on forward, but not going to happen. And that's what's going to cost you when you spend so much time out in the blue.
Yeah, just fighting for a little bit too long out there. Zavangar still up and ready, not within the circle just yet. They're going to try and hold off all these other teams. They're finding a little bit of a firefight with Besiktas as of now. Jamboy and Sigsy, they're going to continue to move forward.
And the issue is you cannot heal with first aids while you're driving. You can only do bandages, and they just ain't going to give you enough medding. When you can see this, stop, heal, stop, heal. You have to do this so many times. We saw before they had 5 first aids. Might be able to get in, but with the circle already closing, the distance is only going to be further.
They're just not getting enough speed up either. It's like just about and then stop. Just about, then stop.
Bikes, maybe, but this is going to be tough. And at one point, you just have to full on commit to it. And that's where you run into all these teams that are already fighting on the edges.
Scoom, though, reciprocity under heavy fire. Scoom's gone down straight away once again. It's how they're able to react to this because it's Tornado who's going to be putting to them early on. They've got inside games close by, but is it going to be enough to hold them off?
And it's Encelenso's running into trouble. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Look at this little car cam. I like that too. Oh, there you go. Nice creativity from the observers. So for now, still alive. And they will get in too as well because they just got themselves a bike.
The faster the better, especially when you want to keep yourselves going and keep yourselves healed up. No problem at all there with Stella, but they can't run into damage. But Encelenso, you're not going to have your cam for much longer. You've been spotted, and that nade from Haxedi is coming close by. Lots of damage being done. He stands out in the open, gets picked apart, and that's the end of the Encelenso cam.
That's the... I like the... It was a valid attempt by Quick Math to give him his cam, but unfortunately did not happen.
Not getting that promotion time for the stream anymore.
Waggo as well. No Waggo cam this time around for you either. Had himself a good sneaky peeky performance last game over on the eastern side of the road. 9 bar mils of power, but no Waggo cam either.
Encelenso best cam.
And we of course we mean no harm in saying all these things. We're just having fun.
Yeah, it's one of those things, right, where Encelenso had his little camera. He had multiple games where he was the last one left alive. He was trying to prone it up. He played to the best of his ability and even got kills while doing it. So it was impressive, but we just love to see it because it's a bit of fun also alongside the serious action.
Sunset cam, maybe?
Nope, remember, it has to be multiple. Come on, Toby, you can't give away the cam.
Ninja cam, that's a good name. Because he's a ninja, you know, he's hiding.
Well, you're trying to make a reference to another person, then I was about to say
no. He's like a real ninja, not a other game ninja.
Well, the team that wish they were ninjas at the moment is going to be Avangard because they couldn't dodge the bullets coming out from Perfectix. He's able to deal some damage. Maxor and Snoopy firing up onto Besiktas still. And this is the problem Avangard have now, is they've had to push their way into the circle. They've kept Besiktas at bay for so long, but now they're having to fight off from 2 other teams in Unique and Northern Lights.
Ultra is running around the side. Once this circle connects in a second's time, it's going to do so much more damage from 1 bounce and all the way up to 4 damage per tick. It's such a big difference in this circle, centering up, but that also means that the majority of the military base will be excluded.
And Avangard, they're just chasing the circle at this point. For them to move up into it, they're going to have to go on a heavy rotate, but they might not even have a chance to do it because the Besiktas are ripping them apart. Combat Trash being pushed back by Reciprocity. He's been able to stand here for so long, he's going to have to heal himself up. Rafi has been knocked, which means they might be able to just focus for a little bit longer on keeping him, but Inside Games right around the corner looking to put an end to it. Reciprocity, where do they go from here? Zampeak out in the open, he takes some damage. Shift finds it, but how much more is there for him to find?
Just 2 players remaining. Rafi is not going to get rest here. He will go down in just a matter of seconds. 60 taking down as well, so it's just going to be one player remaining. But finishes off Ravi, not a whole lot more to it than that. And now for Inside Games, realizing there are people right next to them, they have to figure, do we go for these reses, try to make their way into the circle, or do we try and hold them off first?
Finally, Jambaway and Sigsy go down. They run straight into Unity on their way back in the circle. And a nade like that will destroy Inside Games. Shiv getting it done, keeping the points up. 2 players still holding strong for Reciprocity. As Asmarin, he believes he can hold strong all on his own here against Besiktas. He tries to do God's work, but it's just not good enough. And Besiktas finally win the war.
And a team with 0 kills that still has 4 guys alive, Unity. They are in it. They're in the circle. They have a chance. Now they can exclude everyone from the military base once it comes to it. But now they're squaring off against Tornado Energy.
The team, though, that started off in military, Northern Lights, they have had some fights. They are tapping away. They've got a couple of kills so far. I think 2 we've seen from them. But they are still holding, and they have the compound to play from right in the far south.
Yeah, well, the Desperados like to play around this area up here as well. We've seen them do that before. We'll see, though, will they get the benefit of the next circle going their direction, or will they, as well as everyone else, have to move into the valley in the middle of the military base, or island? He has the angle, he has an MK14. He wants to, but he's not doing it. Skoom is saying, no, Shift, no, you don't do this, don't do this. This is Toby's pick, you don't do this. Unity, them we could shoot at. That's okay.
Well, they're already engaging. This is where Shiv's going to look to try and third party. Tizerin started a bit of damage on towards him. He's going to keep him at bay. Shiv's got all the information to play with here. Starts tapping onto Kamka, finds himself the first headshot. X-Team doesn't know where to look or where to turn. Shiv being the silent assassin coming in from the side. He spots him out behind all the trees and he's looking to do some serious damage here. Holding him at bay for now. But he's going to have to get the reload off. Kamka. Ooh, Orange Snow getting shot at as well. And Shiv, he's just a part of all of this action going on. Tizerin comes in as well. Tornado are not catching a break. And from every single side, they're taking damage.
And that's the issue right now. The main issue for Shiv and Exedi, so they just gave up their position and they are not inside this next circle. You can see them, they have each their little tree to hide behind. And it's not going to be easy. Whoever wins this fight, whether it be Unity or Tornado, they will for sure sit and wait for the Mailman down to 0 bullets. 7 HP to it as well, trying to stay alive and will live at least for now. But multiple teams now have a chance to take him out.
The fact that Melman was still alive throughout all of that and he took down a Unity player is absolutely huge. He may go down in the end. Tornado in 7th, but that was a good effort considering how many teams were focusing on him. Unity looking to try and still push forward and keep Reciprocity in a bad spot where they're going to have to move for this circle. How much damage can get done? Shiv is being lit up. Tizerin takes him down and Tizerin continues to deliver. He is not missing shots and he's only got 1 more player to find in Haxedi.
What a madman. That's nothing more to say. They're just stellar performances coming out from Tizerin throughout the tournament. At least the last 2 days has been very impressive. And once again, Reciprocity this time around in the points for sure, but not the kind of finish off they would have wanted to get.
And now one thing you were saying, right, Unity have hardly had any kills. Now they've just gone up to 7 real quick. Once they decided to take their engagements, they started picking teams apart. Solid stuff coming out from them.
This could be the game where Unity surpasses Reciprocity and gets first place.
Depending on what Northern Lights do now, because they've heard all the gunshots and they know exactly where some of these Unity players are, and you can see just on the map at the moment, they're looking around thinking, all right, when are you going to make your way over? Because you've got to get into this circle, and we're currently holding you off.
And they're playing it smart, right? Because they know that there's a dip on the other side. Nobody's going to be running around in there right now. So what they want to do is saying the main pressure point right now, we know we were the last team to leave the military base. That doesn't matter. Right now, the flank on the side is our main concern.
Play off the edge, why not? And also, we haven't spoken about this team. We need a home. They are still up there with 4 players.
I didn't even notice that.
And they've got 2 crates that have just landed by them. What on earth luck is that?
That is what we want to see. I had not even noticed them still being alive. Again, their brown team color is a little camouflaged on the map, so that's my very professional excuse in not having seen that they're still alive.
Sneaky beaky like is what they're trying to do on the map in terms of colors to it. But it's also kills. They've not been engaged as much just yet. Desperado up in the north do actually have compounds to work from, at least in this circle, but surely it will shift away from them unless they get some insane adverse luck coming their way. 7 are still in it as well, and they spent the most time firing out of all teams, right? They were shooting down onto all the teams coming up from the western bridge and also the beach.
They're starting to take shots. Polideric, we've seen him so many times in the kill feed with the bold action snipers. Now he has a chance to start shooting down towards both Unity and looking on Northern Lights, thank you, trying to see if they can take them down.
Deep trying to hide behind the tree. Tizzering getting the grenades out. He needs some backup though. Okay, bro has to be able to deliver this as Perfectus has now fallen. Northern Lights, they need a good position here. He might be able to be rezzed up just given where the rock face is, but it depends how much Tizzering wants to keep throwing out nades and pushing forward here.
And you can see the change for We Need a Home right there. As soon as the shots started firing north, Lipson stays down south, holds the angle, makes sure no one pushes. In the meantime, Rita and the remaining 2 players pushes up north. Such a smart transition and reaction play from We Need a Home.
Desperado's looking to gain some ground though. Now they're going to be forced out the compounds. Tozera going more for the center spot, and he's looking to come up on the side, and that's exactly what he's able to do. Huge damage coming out there, but he isn't able to find any knocks just yet, as Polidoric's the one to eliminate 7 Esports single-handedly alongside Rita. 3 solid kills coming out from him, and he's looking for more.
Wow, that was over before it started. Well thrown nade by Polidoric, taking down 1 player finished and 1 player knocked, and that was just the kills they needed, because now just Desperado on their side of the valley, but this could go right down in the middle of it. It's going to be interesting. You can see it right there on your screen. Such a big dip in the middle of everything, and you do not want to fight downhill here, that's for sure.
And that's why you see Unity just trying to hold on to this for now. As long as they can, they want to be able to stay here because they know what is lurking over the other side. And now, okay, bro, the Deep and Perfectix are all on their feet and back up on health. They'll be able to try and keep people at bay for a little bit longer here. But the real big fight that'll be going on soon is going to be Desperados going up against We Need a Home. And they're the 2 teams with 4 players left alive each.
So how will other teams have a chance to third party on it? That's what's going to be interesting to see. Smash Bay forced down in this smoke there, but if you talk about it yourself, they have 2 times level 3 gear to work with. It gets them so much more cover. Oh, that nade not doing enough damage, but Lipson sure will. Fake taken down, and will he be able to get the rest up here, or will they not? Desperado, they're on the edge of the circle, and they could have multiple teams chiming in on this one.
Desperado's being picked apart, at least for now. Can they hold off for too much longer? As the damage from We Need a Home starts to come out, Calvin Klein trying to force away. The push is coming towards him, but he's taking too much damage, and he's also going to be knocked out by Tizzering. UT have come into it, and they're taking on 2 teams at once here in Northern Lights and Desperados. This is going to get real spicy.
The third party is commencing, and they do get the last circle up towards them as well. Coldamenta is trying to make a run for it, does not want to be engaged on. Proning down, just wants to get some better placement points in this one. Not a whole lot more he can do. Coldamenta lands a headshot, took one in return though, down to just 17 HP. 1 shot needs to be connected, but he continues. Not a whole lot more to it though. Polidoric once again with the bold action sniper.
That was huge, but now that's really risky for the side of We Need a Home. 2 players pushing up single-handedly on their own, not poking together as a team, and nearly giving them a chance to be completely eliminated there.
That was scary and well-connected shots by Coldamenta as well, under so much pressure, and still makes it work. And just a little fun thing here. Rita is playing with a DP and a Uzi. That's not a combo you see used very often, but well, you know what? Whatever works, they're in the top 3 right now.
She's expecting some close range actions.
Yep, must be.
The Northern Lights, they're having this bit of a back and forth battle. Sat in the circle's not going to work out. The Deep's just going to be taking damage, and he's going to go down. Northern Lights get eliminated in 3rd place, but very respectful, all things considered. Orange Snow is now having to back away before he got put down, and that's because We Need a Home start to come in.
These are the 2 teams that won all the games played yesterday, and they're showing us here that they want more. What a crazy way to end it. Both teams with double-digit kills. Now Dash is trying to get the upper angle.
Shots coming in, Smash Bay finds it onto Tizzering, looking for the next, and it's We Need a Home coming out on top. They live to fight another day, and a 21-point game comes their way.